Okay guys, I'm so annoyed that I have to come and make this video. We're here with the lovely Journie Dior, my mother, and Jiya Bear. So I'm gonna try to make this video as quick as possible because I don't really have time to be sitting here going over this stuff with a bunch of strangers who don't even know my mother. Yes, I know. Who don't even know grandma. I know. Put that hand up towards them. Say, we don't got time for that. So anyways, you guys, so last week, I can't remember which day it was, but I remember receiving a comment on one of my videos, and it pretty much was like, oh my gosh, we found out your mom, went to jail. They found her mug shots, blah, 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 blah. Craziness, right? And I told my mom about it. We were very upset, but I was like, you know what? There's no video out. This person could just be in their own little gossip world, just trying to get, you know, information. And since it's not out, let's not bring attention to this because we don't want to talk about it. Like, y'all know me. I don't come and talk about stuff until I'm forced to talk about stuff because I just don't do stuff like that. My channel does not revolve around drama. Like, I don't, like, drama gets brought to me, then I have to address certain things or try to, you know, annihilate certain things. But I'm just so frustrated because this is my mother, who, by the way, her birthday's in 2 days from the time y'all are seeing this video. So happy almost birthday, and this is what we have to do. The only reason why I'm going to address this situation is because this is my mom. And because she is 1000% innocent. And I know y'all internet trolls, haters, thought y'all found some stuff and was going to come out here and expose my mother, trying to make her look bad, blah, 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 blah. But no, Daughter Bear is here to save the day. I'm here with the facts. We're gonna say the facts of the situation, and we're going to be done with this so we can move on. Usually whenever y'all make y'all little videos, oh, we found this, oh, we found that, I always say, you know what, it's going to go away. Let's just pray. Let's just try to be positive. But when it comes to my mom, like, this is my channel. My mom just comes on here and is nice and positive, and y'all don't ever hear no fussing, no arguing, no cussing, no nothing. Like, y'all only see my mom in a good light. And not saying my mom is perfect, I'm not saying that at all, but what y'all see is my mom in a good life, and here y'all are trying to, like, take that from her, like, oh, we knew something. No, you didn't know nothing. So let me go ahead and correct this. And for those who make any video, we are already in touch with our lawyer, and we're going to be able to handle that separately. And then, like, because now that I'm telling you guys the truth, since you guys wanted to make your own story based off things that you are reading and trying to make your own conclusions, now that I'm about to publicly state the truth, anything outside of what I'm stating right now is called slander. Anyways, you guys, so there was a video that just went out. A few of my subscribers have been hitting me up, and I'm like, what the heck is going on in my DMs? And people are sending me a link to this video. Oh my gosh, you guys. And it's, oh my gosh, we found Keisha's mom mugshots and da 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 da, and she's a scammer and she's this and she's that. No. So, but since y'all decided to look up my mother on a random day and try to figure out what's going on in her personal life, I'm gonna go ahead and catch you guys up. So the first thing that we're gonna address is 2006. My mother went to jail in 2006.
It was a credit card.
Credit card fraud or something like that. My mother had a client at the time who was in a wheelchair who committed a crime, and my mother loved her that much that she took the rap for her. And on top of that, she also got a lawyer years later, and it was supposed to be taken off her record like 2 years later. And every time she goes to see what's going on, they're giving her to run around. But that's pretty much what happened at that point. My mom did not do anything. My mom is 100% innocent with that. My mother's client did a crime, and my mother took, if y'all don't know, my mom used to work in private nursing, and it was one of her clients that was in a wheelchair. She had been working with her and her husband for years at that point, and she had developed a relationship. Something had came back, and they found out something had happened, and when they started doing the investigation, it was coming back on her client. And instead of seeing her elderly client go to jail for the situation, my mom felt bad, and she was just like, no, it was me. So that my mom went to jail. She was in there, out of there, and it was taken care of, and that was that. Yep. Now, recently, my mother was incarcerated again. This time, the charges were my mother something dealing with fraud again. But let me just go ahead and tell the story. I don't know exactly what the terms they have on the paperwork, but I'm just gonna tell y'all what happened. First and foremost, let me remind you guys that when I made a video stating how my mother was now hired as my full-time nanny, because people like to play forget when it's making me look good. People always want to try to call me a liar or say, oh, you didn't say this, oh, you didn't say that. No, y'all just have absent mind, because I say a lot of things and y'all just pretend that I never said it. When I told you guys in that video, I specifically said that I was hiring my mother most importantly because my mom was being a victim at her place of employment, and I did not appreciate that, and I didn't want to go into details about the situation, but I just wanted my mom to know that she did not have to subject herself to that environment, to that ill treatment and all the other stuff. And a lot of people were commenting saying, well, most people couldn't even focus on that. More people was commenting because the day before I even told y'all about my mom being the nanny, people were coming at me for even hiring a nanny, and then that video coming out that was my mom, people were so focused on that instead of actually why I was hiring her as my nanny. My mother was hired as my nanny because my mother had been working all her life and still wanted to work, and when I had got out the hospital from having the girls, my mother was here every single day, and she was looking for another job because she did not want to work at her job anymore because of how she was being treated. And I told my mom, Ma, you do not have to work there. I got you. I can take care of stuff. My sister was saying the same thing, like, we got you. My mom's like, no, I still want to work. I still want to work. I'm like, Ma, they're doing this, which I'm about to get into now. They're doing this. I don't like that. Like, you're my mom. I don't feel comfortable with that, and you don't have to be in that situation. So fast forward, my mother gets kind of sort of fired from the job, and that's what I really mean, kind of sort of fired from the job, because they didn't really want to specify what was going on. But what had happened was, long story short, my mother was working for a Caucasian lady and a Caucasian agency, and they were very racist. They would call my mother B words. The patient was throwing stuff at my mom. My mom was calling me every single day. The lady calling her name. My mother has severe asthma. She was trying to keep my mother in a hot environment all day long. My mom would even go walk this lady's dog so she can get out of the freaking hot environment, and that was not in the job description. No one else cared about the patient. There was a few other people who worked there as well. No one else cared. They just came and did what they were supposed to do, the bare minimum. My mom started going out her own pocket, cooking this lady's food, going grocery shopping, doing this, always overexerting herself. And I said, Ma, what she was doing with her past job, hey, yes, baby, what she was doing with her past jobs as well. But the only difference this time around is you're not gonna be doing all that and somebody calling you a black B word. You're not gonna be doing all that and somebody's throwing stuff at you or hollering at you to come down the stairs and talking to you like you a dog or something. Like, I had to talk to the lady sometimes and try to ration with her. Oh, I'll do this for you if you treat my mom with respect. And she'll, okay, I'll do it. And then next thing you know, my mom was reporting them and nothing was getting solved. Like, all the employees were just complaining to one another, and I was like, Ma, you don't have to be there though. So what happened was, my mother got on the computer one day and she got on I don't even want to say which website it was. I don't know if it's on a report or not, but if it is, y'all would know. I'm not gonna say what website. My mom got on a website to order some things, and it was my sister's account, because my mom doesn't have her own personal account, nor does she has her own personal email. I think she has one now. She just recently got her own personal email. At the time she did not, because she just used me and my sisters for all of it. Like, she's from the old school. She don't care about all that type of stuff. She logged into said business to order some stuff to her home, and she never logged out. So my sister's stuff stayed logged in. One of the other co-workers there, here's a website that's logged in. They had access to the lady's credit card information, went on there and went crazy from my sister's account. Not even my mom's, it was my sister's account. They start ordering all these different things with the client's card. So time goes by, no one says anything. They bring it to our attention in January, right when I got out the hospital. I believe 2 weeks after I got out the hospital, all of a sudden police showed up at my mom's house trying to question her. My mom was even there. My mom was here. They tried to question my sister and my brother. They're not good in those type of situations. They didn't know what the freak to say. They didn't even know what the freak to do. They just kept trying to question everybody in the household, just saying everybody's name. Then they start bringing my name out there. I don't even know I don't remember if they really knew what was going on, but you know how police are. They're trying to just see who can give information. I said, Ma, I'm gonna get you a lawyer, because, you know, at this point we had to get a separate lawyer because our personal lawyer doesn't handle those type of crimes. So our lawyer couldn't, my personal lawyer couldn't handle it, and they advised us to get a different type of lawyer. But we never heard back from them again. And what happened? After we didn't hear back from them again, weeks go by, months go by. So we're thinking, no. Before that, one of her old co-workers called her at the time and said, oh, they figured out who did it. They're fired. You're good. So my mom was like, woohoo. And at that point, I'm like, you know what, Mom? You're not going back to work. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to hire you full-time as my nanny. You're already here every single day. Anyways, I got you. I got you for the rest of your life. My sister said the same thing. And my mom, Journey. And my mom no longer had to worry about that. We thought everything was good. I think a month and a half goes by and my mother gets arrested at home. So my mom gets arrested. Her husband calls me. I'm like, what the heck? Like, what the world's going on? Me and my sister crying, panicking. Y'all know I was a political science minor and I know a lot about law. So I knew some rights, and like I said, I have an attorney. Oh, hey, baby, look at you scooting. Good job, Jiya Bear. Yes, baby. So anyways, I knew a lot about law. So me and my dad, we're pretty much privy to laws and different situations. So we was giving my mom some advice and things like that. But my mom was in jail. And I knew certain things to ask that my mom wasn't even thinking to ask them. Like, how was she the person to get we know that was my sister's account. We know there was a card being used on my sister's account, but the items, y'all didn't even go to the place that the items were shipped and see which employer had some connection at those places. Blah, 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 blah. All that other good stuff. So me and my sister got my mother a lawyer. We were going back and forth the whole time my mom was incarcerated, we had 3 different lawyers, like the top tens of thousands of dollars that we're paying to make sure that they do exactly what they need to do. And my mom, all charges can be dropped against her. I even called her ex-employer. Her employer was pretty much telling me, oh, I don't really care. Like, she didn't really care who was found guilty. I mean, who was really guilty. She just wanted somebody to suffer. And at that point, since my mom had left and, you know, it was more matter of fact, like, okay, well, since y'all want to treat me this way, I'm going to just move forward. And the client didn't want to do business with them anymore. It was just a done deal. So they weren't really trying to get to the nitty-gritty. My mother got out of jail after 2 days of being in jail. And after she got out of jail, the lawyer started handling everything. And they said within 6 to 8 weeks, they were going to call my mother if they was able to find any incriminating evidence against her, which they were not able to find any incriminating evidence against my mother. So she is innocent of all charges. And her lawyer told her she was good. So right now, we're just currently waiting for them to drop everything in the system, everything to fall off her record. And in the meantime, between time, we also told them to make sure that the other charges from 2006 were completely taken off her record. They're just taking their pretty time doing it.
It's gone.
Oh, it's gone?
Yeah, it's been gone.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I thought it was gone, but they were able, I don't know. So if y'all were able to find something, then we need to go back, because I didn't watch the person's video. I just saw the title.
Well, they could find the mug shot and stuff though, but
the charges should be clear.
The charges is clear and stuff, because they had told me that it wasn't nothing on me.
That's what I said. And for y'all to sit here and literally, like I said, I understand, oh, we found some tea, we want to spread some tea, da 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 da. Half of y'all, like, my mother is probably twice your age or something. Like, come on, like, why are you trying to put somebody out there in that type of negative light and you don't even know the facts? So in conclusion, yes, my mother was incarcerated the first time around, but she took the rap for her employee at the time. And yes, my mother was incarcerated the second time around because they tried to frame my mother with the evidence that they did not have. And even when she was in jail, like I said, I was talking back and forth to her lawyer, and I told them certain things to ask and certain things to do, and they went and looked up, and myself included, I even called the website and made them read all the charges, made them read all the shippings, all the everything that was placed and everything that was done. And they said that they were able to trace where all the packages were at, and they were in the process of going to those different residences to see. But everything that day, another thing was my mother didn't even work the days when the charges were even made. My mother did not even work those days. My mother only worked Monday through Friday. All the charges that were made was on the weekend. And like I said, none of those items were being shipped. And the day that my mom did place the order from that computer, it showed that it was shipped to my mother's house using my mother's card. All the other charges from that computer was shipped on the days my mother did not even work, and my mother didn't even have access to the client's card. That was another thing that they tried to hold against my mom, and my mom didn't even have access. And the employer knew that my mother never had access, but she said she did not care. So in conclusion, I told them, you know what, you all can kick rocks. I'm gonna take care of my mother. She's good. We don't have to worry about her and background check, because y'all trying to say that she's never gonna get a job again because da da da. And I just hate that this situation had to happen because, like I said, this is my mom, and y'all know me. Y'all have, I'm pretty sure y'all have seen plenty of videos, you know, circling the YouTube world, and different things is coming out, and oh, we found this, oh, we think that, and all of that, and nothing is affirmed or denied until I say it out my mouth. And this out of my mouth, I'm telling you guys, is all false. It's all wrong. Y'all already know how the law works. Y'all already know how black people are incriminated. And my mother, this was the first time she worked for all Caucasian. I'm not trying to be saying like, oh, she can't never work for, you know, a Caucasian person again or a Caucasian business again. I'm just saying, it just, unfortunately, that's just what happened when she did work with them. They were underpaying her for one. She was working all day every day just to be up in there, can't breathe, and they damaged her freaking car, which I pay for, and refused to take care of the damages and tell her they didn't care about nothing. So guess who had to take care of those damages as well? Like, it was just a lot of stuff going on, and that's why I said when it was time for, when I was healing and everything, and my mom was just like, oh, I need to find another job. Oh, I need to find another job. I'm like, you know what, Mom? You already here all day, every day anyways. You know, you could just keep coming here and spending time with your grandkids, and I'll just take care of everything for you. And that's the reason why I hired my mother to be a nanny. And that's that. So I'm going to go ahead and edit this video right here and let it go up tonight, because I don't need to wait another second, because these people are literally trying to slander my mother, and I don't want another minute to be wasted. I hope you guys can learn from this to mind the business that pays you, and also wait for actual facts from people instead of, and y'all already know how the law is. Y'all know how the law is. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video.